Today we are going to be making samosas. They are delicious, crispy exterior with the potato pea filling. It's just a bite that takes me back to the streets of India. Hi everyone, I am Maneet Chauhan and this is Maneet's Eats, where I break down how to make the best Indian dishes from the market to the dinner table. Before we go anywhere, hit the subscribe button on the Food Network YouTube channel so you never miss an episode of Maneet's Eats. Here at a local Indian store, buying ingredients to make a samosa. Now, one of the most important ingredients which adds a depth of flavor to the samosa is hing. Hing is also called asafoetida in English. It is used as a substitute for garlic and onions. It has got that wonderful garlicky, oniony flavor. There is a big population in India which doesn't eat onion and garlic, and this is a great substitute for that. So this is going to be the foundation of our dish. The next ingredient for the samosa is going to be amchur. Amchur is dried raw mango powder, comes in two forms. One is dried raw mango slices. You can go ahead and powder this, but what we are going to get is the powder form of it. Now this is a wonderful spice which adds tartness to any dish. It can be used as a substitute for lemon or lime, and this is what we need in the samosa to make it craveable. So we are getting this. Let's go ahead and make some samosas. To make the pastry, we go ahead and take some all-purpose flour. To this, I am adding a little bit of rice flour. Next goes in some salt. And then I am going to be adding an Indian spice called ajwain. Ajwain is also carom seeds. It's got this wonderful, almost celery-like flavor to it. Next, we are going to be adding some ghee. Make sure that the ghee and the flour mixture is very well mixed together. So I'm almost going to just crumble it together. So it almost becomes like a sandy texture. Now, this is a very important step because if you do not do this properly, you are not going to get the pastry flour, the dough, which is nice and crumbly. So here is a great trick to see if your dough is ready for some water. So you take a little bit of the flour and press it together. And if it holds together, it is ready for water. Now we're going to go ahead and add some water to it. So basically what I'm looking for is everything being kneaded into a ball. As you can see, this comes together as a dough. At this time, cover it with a damp kitchen cloth. Let it sit for at least 30 minutes and let the gluten relax. So for the filling, we need some boiled potatoes, some peas, some ginger, cilantro, and serrano peppers. So first I'm going to grate the potatoes and keep that aside. So these are just potatoes which have been boiled until tender. Next, chop up some cilantro and chop up the serrano peppers. I am going to go ahead and grate some ginger. So the reason why I grate it and don't chop it is because I like the juices that come out of the ginger when I am grating it. So I'm going to get my mortar and pestle, and in this I am going to lightly crush some coriander seeds, some fennel seeds, and some cumin seeds. The reason why I'm crushing these spices is to make sure that more of the flavors are released into the oil when this hits the oil. Okay, we have all our ingredients. Let's start cooking the filling. So you want your oil to be really hot when you start adding the spices to it. Here is a great trick to know if your oil is hot enough. When you look at the surface of the oil, it starts glimmering. That's the time you know that it is hot. Once the oil is hot enough, we go ahead and put our crushed spices. Along with this, I'm going to add some hing or asafoetida. And then you know it, we are waiting for the spices to dance, dance, dance. Can you hear this beautiful symphony? Next, I'm going to be adding the serrano peppers and the ginger. I'll add frozen peas, some salt, some amchur, some garam masala, and some kasuri methi or dried fenugreek leaves. And then add the potatoes to it. Cilantro goes in, and I'm going to turn off the heat at this moment and mix everything together. I am mashing the peas with the back of my spoon so that when they mix along with the potato, it makes a harmonious bite. Okay, once all of this is mixed, I'm going to go ahead and add some ground pepper to this. So once the filling comes together, we'll go ahead and transfer it in a sheet tray and let it cool. So this dough has rested for around half an hour. We are going to start rolling it out. Now we'll go ahead and divide this into equal portions. Make nice balls out of that. Just make sure that when you're rolling it together, there are no cracks in the seams. Otherwise, when you roll it out, it will tear. So you just press that down. Now this is going to take at least 2 to 3 times of you rolling out, letting it rest, rolling it out, letting it rest for you to get the right thickness. This is done. I'm going to let it rest. While it is resting, it is going to shrink a little bit. So before we fill it, I am going to roll it out once more. Let me go ahead and grab the filling for the samosa. Here it is. Now let's start forming. Let's go ahead and roll this out a little bit more. Cut this in half. And then take some water and put it at the cut point. This is going to act as a glue, and then you make a cone. Press it together firmly. Fill it with a filling. Be generous. Just like pack it in. Now we take some more water and put it in the inside of the cone. Once that's done, we make a fold towards the center of the samosa and fold the other side out. Pinch this together and your samosa is ready. My first externship when I was doing hotel management, I was responsible for making samosas, and I would be making hundreds of samosas a day. I actually would get nightmares of making the samosas, but I can now form these without even looking at it. Okay, so our samosas are all formed. Let's go ahead and fry them. So samosas at 350 degrees, depending on the size of the samosas that you have made, will take around 5 to 7 minutes. Give it time till it's nice and golden brown. You want the pastry to be cooked through and through. I mean, just look at how beautiful this looks. Okay, our samosas are ready. Let's take them out from the oil and finish them with a sprinkling of chaat masala. Okay, let's go ahead and plate the samosas. Along with samosas, there are always chutneys which are served. Now, chutneys in Indian cuisine are the quintessential crowning glory to any dish. With a samosa, a really good chutney is a tamarind chutney because it's tart and it's sweet and it works very well with the creamy, spicy exterior of the samosa. Another chutney which I love to serve along with samosa is our mint cilantro chutney. So it's mint and cilantro which has been blended up. The last chutney is actually not a chutney, it is a ketchup. It's an Indian ketchup, which is a hot and sweet ketchup. So as the name suggests, there is a little bit of a kick to it and it is sweet. To me, I do think that the hot and sweet ketchup that you get at any Indian store is the ultimate perfect chutney. Okay, this is the best part of the day. So when you are breaking into it, just the exterior is so crispy and look at the creamy interior. It's got so much spice in it and it smells so good. Then you dunk it in your favorite chutney. I like to make a combination of all three. Because why not, right? This samosa is all that and more. The pastry is crunchy and crispy. When I bite into it, I can hear the crunch. The interior, it's spicy. The potato makes it creamy. The bite of the sweet peas, they are almost bursting as you bite into it. This, my friends, is what a samosa should be. How can you resist making samosas at home? If you try out this recipe, leave a comment and let me know how it tastes. And don't forget to subscribe to Food Network's YouTube channel for more go-to recipes. See you soon.